Barats, our dino boy, got some love finally after so much time. Not only that, Gushan is getting another epic skin. Final artworks of many beautiful skins have been released, along with custom action and so much more. Come, let's discuss everything in detail in this video. Hi guys, Kazuki here, and in this video let's talk about patch note 1.8.32 and everything that came along with it. Let's begin with hero adjustments. Aurora, the Queen of Ice, receives a significant revamp aimed at enhancing her damage output and quickening her burst potential, recognizing the need for a faster pace in her attacks. The developers have made strategic adjustments to her abilities. The first notable change is to Aurora's passive. The cooldown has been reduced from 180 seconds to 150 seconds. This substantial decrease allows Aurora to utilize her powerful passive more frequently, significantly impacting her ability to control the battlefield and dish out sustained damage. The most exciting change, however, comes with the adjustment to her skill 1. The skill has been completely revamped to introduce a new dynamic to her gameplay. Now Aurora conjures an icy meteorite, launching it at the target location. Upon impact, it deals initial magic damage and slows the movements of enemies hit. But the real game changer is what follows. The meteorite explodes 5 times subsequently, each explosion dealing additional magic damage. Alice, the mystical blood queen, is getting significant buff in the latest patch with experimental changes aimed at refining her gameplay mechanics and enhancing her prowess on the battlefield. Firstly, let's look at the adjustments to her attributes. Alice's maximum mana growth per level has been buffed from 0 to 100, indicating a shift towards a more mana-intensive playstyle, which complements her role as a mage. The most intriguing change comes with her passive. The revamped effect now restores 1.5% maximum mana every second, which doubles while fighting enemy heroes. Additionally, Alice gains 3 movement speeds and 1% healing received per level, allowing for more strategic and focused gameplay. And Alice's skill 1 cooldown has been increased from 5 seconds to 8 seconds, balancing her enhanced capabilities elsewhere. The buff to her skill 2 is quite significant. The cooldown has been reduced from 7 seconds to 6 seconds, and the immobilizing time has been halved to 0.55 seconds. The mana cost is increased, but so is the damage potential, now scaling with the percentage of the enemy's maximum HP, which is a huge boon for Alice in dealing with tankier opponents. The most substantial upgrade is seen in her ultimate. The new effect reduces the cooldown of skill 1 and 2 by 0.2 seconds and 0.5 seconds respectively upon hitting an enemy hero. This synergies incredibly well with her revamped passive, allowing for a more aggressive, sustained fighting style. The base damage of the ultimate now ranges from 60 to 100, no longer scaling with mana growth, and the mana cost has been reduced, further enhancing her sustainability in prolonged engagements. Additionally, the HP regen bonus from magic power has been tripled to 30%. These changes will undoubtedly reposition Alice in the game's meta. Barats, the formidable dinosaur rider, is set to become an even more impactful presence on the battlefield, with a series of buffs and adjustments aimed at enhancing his utility, especially in teamfights. Let's start with his passive. The update here is quite significant. Instead of gaining stakes for each enemy hit, Barats will now gain a stake each time a skill hits a target. Although hitting multiple targets still only grants 1 stake. These changes make it easier for Barats to maintain his passive. The maximum stakes have been reduced from 25 to 10, and the number of stakes required for an enhanced basic attack is now 10 instead of 15. The new effect of the enhanced basic attack helps maintain the passive effect, ensuring that Barats can stay in his more powerful state for longer. Moving on to his skill 1. There is an interesting adjustment. It no longer slows the enemy's hit, which might seem like a nerf at first glance. However, the second stage damage interval has been halved to 0.5 seconds, allowing Barats to deal damage more rapidly. Skill 2 receives a significant buff. The first missile launched now deals damage and slows enemies by 40% for 1 second. The revamped effect ensures that the missile will pull enemies toward Barats, making it a more reliable tool for initiating combat or disrupting enemies' formation. Additionally, the stun duration is increased from 0.5 seconds to 0.8 seconds, further enhancing its utility. The most dramatic change is to Barats' ultimate. The revamped effect allows Barats to charge up the skill, during which he is immune to crowd control. Upon release, Barats sprints in the targeted direction, devouring the first enemy hit. The distance of the sprint increases with the charge time, making this a versatile tool for initiating or catching fleeing enemies. If the cast is cancelled, 60% of the cooldown time is refunded, offering flexibility and reducing the penalty for misjudgment. For Camille, the latest patch focuses on adjusting her damage scaling and enhancing her critical chance, aiming to strike a balance between her energy management and overall effectiveness. Her passive has seen a nerf in basic attack damage, now 820% total physical attack and 15% total magic power at all levels. Additionally, the attack effect has been reduced from 22% to 20%. Skill 1 receives a notable buff. The damage has been adjusted to 30 plus 20% total physical attack at all levels plus 20% total magic power. The energy cost now decreases from 5 to 3 as the skill levels up. An interesting new effect is the introduction of extra crit chance, ranging from 5% to 20%. These changes aims to mitigate the impact of items like radiant armor against her. The ultimate, however, has been slightly nerfed. The energy regeneration effect has been removed, and the back swing time has been slightly reduced, which could affect the timing of rhythm of Kimi's attack. CC sees a mix of nerfs and buffs. Her attack range has been slightly reduced, now falling shorter than that of marksman heroes. Skill 1's attack range is decreased to 3.5 down from 4.2, while Skill 2 gets an improvement in jump control. Notably, hitting an ally with the Skill 2 now enables CC to perform a double jump, though its casting range is cut back to 4. The ultimate also undergoes changes. Its casting range is reduced to 4.5. Its duration is upped for 4 seconds, and the slow effect is halved to 20%. We still aren't able to CC the ally double jump feature yet, but stay tuned with the channel if you really wanna see the feature. Additionally, the ultimate's effect can now be removed by Purify, adding a new layer of counterplay. These tweaks aim to balance CC's gameplay, reducing her long-range prowess while enhancing her agility and interaction in closer combats. Next, we have Selena, and she is being buffed. Selena's skill 1 can now apply marks on the minions, and the damage dealt remains the same as the heroes. The radius of the explosion has been increased, and the slow now matches the skill description. Her Abyssal skill 1 now refreshes the cooldown of skill 2 when you hit a marked enemy. The mana cost has been removed for this skill. Her skill 2 mana cost also has been removed. Finally, her ultimate cooldowns has been fixed to 4 seconds at all levels and is now affected by cooldown reduction items. Balmond is receiving a buff based on the official server version. His skill 2 can no longer be interrupted by CC, which is overall a major and much needed buff. He also gained a 15% movement speed boost bonus when he casts his skill, and the base damage is 25 in the early game and 100 in the late game. Plus, the total physical attack is reduced by 25 points, but the attack speed is doubled effectively, keeping the damage unchanged. His ultimate skill range and visual effects have been given a complete makeover. This skill also cannot be interrupted by CC, but the cooldown for his ultimate has been increased by 6 seconds in the early and late game. Vale has undergone a complete visual makeover. His skill 2's Whirlwind's duration has been decreased by 0.4 seconds, but the total damage remains unchanged. His skill 3 Whirlwind will now deal small amount of damage when it remains, but the overall Whirlwind duration is reduced by 0.4 seconds. Dairoth also has undergone a major makeover to align him with the official server. His passive rage effect has been removed. Instead, he has gained a new effect where after every 2 casts, the next basic attack is a circle strike. His skill 1's cooldown has been increased by 3 seconds in the early game and 1 second in the late game. But the slow effect is now increased by 25%, which is great. The duration is reduced by 1 second, which makes his skill 1 much faster. His skill 2 has undergone some major adjustments. His defense reduction now scales with level. It is 30% in the early game and 80% in the late game, making him a certified tank killer. His ultimate is now buffed. There is no longer a slow effect, but now he cannot be interrupted, which is a much needed buff for his ultimate. Let's move on to battlefield adjustments. The turtle now has a new entrance and exit, which surely is something very new. There is a new effect added where 10 seconds prior the turtle spawns or exit. There is a strong current flowing towards or away from the turtle. Following the flow gains 30% movement speed boost. Scavenger Crabs have undergone some changes. Crabs now have significantly lower health, making them easier to kill. Little crabs will no longer spawn in the first 2 minutes of the game. Instead, scavenger crabs will continue to appear during this period. The gold reward system for killing crabs has been revamped. Now half of the gold is granted immediately upon a kill, while the other half drops the ground and must be physically collected by players. The skill execution is now improved and optimized for situations where players rapidly tap multiple heroes' skills in succession, aiming to provide a smoother and more responsive control experience. Let's move on to weekly free heroes. Weekly free heroes from 10th of November to 17th of November are as follows. The extra free heroes for Starlight members are as follows. Let's check out the system adjustments. All the skins of Balman and Vale have been removed because they are being revamped. Next, let's move on to the surveys and more. First, we have Gushan's Epic Skin Survey. The first design is called Spider-Man Walker. Spider-Man Walker marries stealth with spectacle. The gold trimmed red and black attire and the luminous purple blade suggest a predator lying in wait, ready to strike with precision. The second design is Steampunk Gentleman. A Steampunk Gentleman showcases a blend of old world charm and futuristic take, dressed in earthy tones with an icy blue blade in hand. And this beautiful design is Legend of the White Wolf. Legend of the White Wolf dons a star-kissed armor, his blade trailing celestial fire. He stands regal, a silent sentinel with the heart of the wilderness. And this one is called Cyber Assassin. Cyber Assassin steps out in cutting-edge battle gear, glowing with latent danger. His fiery weapons promise a confrontation as quickly as it is decisive. Finally, we have the last design, which is called 1001 Nights. 1001 Nights is draped in the mystery of the Orient. His blade as ornate as the tales of 1001 Nights. Next, let's check out all the epic skin surveys for Layla. The first design is Peak Acceleration. Peak Acceleration boasts a sleek, futuristic design with vibrant pink and purple accents. The flames add a dynamic touch, suggesting speed and agility. And this beauty is called the Lunar Reconstruction. Lunar Reconstruction presents a ethereal, celestial-inspired look with soft-patched starry glimmers embodying a cosmic elegance. And this Chinese eagle design is called Oriental Red. Oriental Red fuses traditional motifs with modern flair, featuring a bold red palette and fiery accents that capture a fierce spirit. And finally, we have the Polar Commander. Polar Commander exudes a cool authority with icy blues and crisp whites, crafting an image, unyielding command, cool blues and whites like a leader who is ready for a cold place. Here is the featured figurine for M5. And here are the chat bubbles for M5. This is the wallpaper for our dear Harith's unreleased skin Psychic. Up next, we have this wallpaper for majestic skin of M5 Yuzong. And this is the wallpaper for Prime skin. Here is a look at the complete wallpaper of the Mistbender's Aldous' hand. Just look crazy. This is how the loading screen of Mistbender's looks like. Can't wait to see it animated. And finally, we have the full wallpaper of the beautiful Valentina. We all can't wait for this skin, can't we? So are you excited to see our boy Barats finally getting some love? Or are you annoyed that the new Aurora is going to be OP? Or are you just upset that Kushan or Layla are getting even more skins? Comment down all your thoughts and opinion below. So that will be all for this video. Thank you guys for watching. Keep supporting Kazuki Official.